All right, looking into the questions, looking into the questions from the job, they can be separated into three main blocks. Okay, one of them slide making, second one inoculations, and then serological tests. As the rest will be, I forgot to bring some picture. As the rest will be PCR and antibiotic susceptibility test. So basic three groups, starting from slide making. And I prefer to begin with some way to take to move closer. So to begin from question number 2. So people, now briefly refreshing, of course I will not show you step by step, but in general. So if you want, you may stand up as you like. So people, slide making, as you like. Slide making. Has a yarn, some like tricks or not, I don't know how to. By the way, these used already slides should be removed, in my opinion. That's already here as well. Instead of disinfection solution, students drop them anywhere they want. So people, which glass use for slide? It's like informal advice. Here's a new one. Oh, you see, very, very thin glass. And here it is like old tuberculin. So twice or thrice more wide. So people, I recommend you to use this one because students are nervous. Everything goes sometimes poorly, and sometimes they may, especially if they press something a lot, they may easily break down the slide. I will make some notes into my papers. So this slide really difficult to break down. Of course, you choose the more clear slide. There are choices enough high. So that's why taking this one, remove as usual. Remove the extra dust, then limit the area of your slide like in drawing holes and so on. No problem, here it is the same. So people, then treat with soap. I will not do that. Why do we use soap? To remove lipid impurities. So people, standard my recommendation, if you remember, as you covered the area of your slide, perfectly remove the soap back. Sometimes students want to finish earlier and they don't pay attention to that. So people, soap is, of course, it's very, very ancient method of removal of lipids. By the way, this slide making I am explaining you, I read, as I said 2 weeks ago, totally according to Coach. It means like 1895 we did something like this one, honestly speaking, very similar to. So that's why people, but soap should be removed. That's why if you use 1 or 2, 3 papers, no problem. The central part of your slide, your oval should be totally clean. It's visible. Okay. By the way, forgot to say the initial preliminary recommendation. So people, when you will begin to work to do something practically, please waste 1 minute to reorganize your working place. It should be comfortable for you, not for me, not for someone else, not for anyone. So if you are right hand working, so that's why stand turn to you, no distance normal, to closer to your right hand. It depends as you like, where can you put tray, or closer to your right side, or maybe left side opposite to, but for you. So people, as I said already, videos are presented in distance learning site for all our practical manipulations. They are without linguistic oral comments, so that's why you simply may look. In this video, for example, indicated that position of spirit lamp should be 1 palm in width from the edge of the table. But again, depends on, of course, if it will be like this, of course, if not here, so no problem, as you like. As I said, if need to move close, move and light again. Of course, it should be somewhere far away from you to stretch through the whole table. So that's why everything should be done for you, okay? For yourself. All wastes, of course, should be in waste trays. So, moreover, if you're doing something with some instrument, or in your hands, or in stand. Not upon the table, not in the pocket, not somewhere else. Okay, let it be so. Coming back to slide. So this slide, after removal of soap, needs to add something. Here it is, saline. Saline should be added because it is solid nutrient medium. Slant agar, then I will show you. So people, now time to refresh how we taking something. By the way, it's in the list. Where is saline? Here it is. And I will take extra step. Everyone remembers how to hold the loop, how to sterilize it. Typical mistake, small but anyway present. Everyone forgets after every sterilization of the loop, sterilize loop holes. If you remember, today everyone, maybe after watching videos, sterilized not only outlet but also plug, as you like. They did correctly, so that's why opening and sterilization. No, students even demonstrate me this one, like on video, but will be outlet enough. Don't forget to cool the loop and take the drop of saline. Close, put away. So,
Doctor, how do you remove the test tube from the stand?
various versions possible. Sometimes students first take this test tube, then take the loop.
Oh,
So
okay.
one situation, it's not a mistake. I prefer take this one, then my fingers those free, apply. A little bit more rapid, but as you like. Here it is, not a problem. So here it is. Put inside, and you put the drop of saline. Pay attention that for slide, no need to spread the drop through the whole oval. All drop should be in the okay. Then I'll show you one more typical mistake, visible all this. So now slant. For example, this one, why not? So, people, again, the same taking of material, opening, and standard, my recommendation, if you remember, minimalist amount, almost invisible, should be taken. A little bit scratching and so on. People who will, I didn't see yet such mistakes, but someone tried to take something from inside and taking pieces of agar, they look like icebergs in your, in your lake of saline. So that's why, and impossible to press them and transform them into microbes. It's visible by eye without microscope. So that's why people put inside, and principal moment. If you draw oval, spread throughout the whole area of the oval, not somewhere dropped and little bit 2-3 movements left, right, and that's all. Will be very dense slide, limited in space, so the more broader, the better will be the result. Okay.
Doctor,
Okay.
no, not okay. You said you said drop and saline we do not spread, right? And then
Add microbes, and after that only spread.
Spread,
Okay. Maximally more.
After taking saline, we re-sterilize the loop.
Of
before
course,
taking
if
the
you
loop.
touch something that was not primarily sterile, it looks like desterilized, so it needs next sterilization. Done. Next going. After that, drying through fingers and fig. No, by the way, students try sometimes today like this one all the time. So. Not a problem. Hold this way, and this will be correct. Controlling the flame. So after drying, fixing
3 times.
3 times, but enough slowly. 1, 2, and 3, and not from top, but middle part of the flame. 1, 2, and 3, something like this. After that, I have no rack here. Next, I will move it maybe here. So put it upon the rack, or I will tell you about where to put it inside. So this one. So people, some comments. Oh, forgot. So people, give me the support. This one, black one. Red. So, in the boxes or upon tables, it's provided by our laboratory assistants. You may take this one. For slide making, you may do or upon the table directly, or using support. By the way, students tell me about that, more comfortable working with support.
Yes.
If you want, you might ask me, we'll find somewhere neighboring maybe. Okay, this can be done. So, slide is ready for staining. So, here it is, people. Now. Time to speak what will be next. So people, next, of course, slide should be subjected to microscopy. But if you remember, I said already that anyway we'll finish closer to the end of the class, you will see, really. So, and second thing, nervous students may damage something in microscope. Let it be slide. You will prepare a new one, mark will be reduced. You will prepare slide number 3, mark will be reduced. Number 4, mark will be reduced, and so on. But people, you may damage our microscopes. So that's why, and then it has happened, that's so. To prevent that, so people, we will not make microscopy and look for something in your slides. Moreover, sometimes it's very difficult to find something in your slides. We sometimes testing first generation software when we try to make everything from the beginning to the end. No, so people, after finishing on the slide, so we will make some theoretical discussion about microscopy, and slide finally should be, as any such kind of infectious waste, into disinfection solution, you should remember. So what, possible to speak about now. What to revise? What to revise? Or maybe to explain all 3, then we will write down what to revise about first 3 questions, okay? So this was a slide from solid medium from SLAM. So very similar to it will be point number 3, smear from isolated colony fuchsin stain. You will be provided with Petri dish. By the way, this Petri dish was already many times exposed to the air. It's visible, a lot of extra colonies, foreign origin appeared. Your task will be, as it is model slide making, so that's why I recommend you not to choose some selected by me colonies. I choose colony that looks larger than something, not writing at all. So choose the colony. I don't know, maybe to change. Red color better. Oh yes. At least something like. So encircle this colony and put it apart from you. So slide will be made totally like in previous case. Drop will be prepared. Now how to take the material from this colony. After sterilization, how to cool the loop. Standard situation. So, and then it's regarded as a good approach. Scratch the half of colony, not the whole colony, because the rest of colony should be maybe retained for some other experiments if necessary. So, or maybe in the case of unsuccessful slide making or something, scratch the colony, put into the drop of your slide, spread and doing the same. Okay? Let it be so. So people, next one. Question number 1. Preparing of smear from liquid medium, gram stain. About theory, I will say everything a little bit later. I hope you will sit back and write, will write something down. But people, here, from liquid medium, totally the same like in previous cases, except no knitting saline. So here you will take this drop of liquid medium I will give you, so and immediately spread throughout the whole oval, then dry, then fix, because it's not solid medium. Okay? But I think to sit, I will explain what needs to revise for these 3 questions.
Doctor, if I am left-handed, is it okay?
So you may do as it's comfortable for you.
Stain பண்ணிட்டு dry பண்ணனும் தானே
By the way, circle should be at the bottom, not on working area of your slide. Here it is, upper surface, it should be on down, on bottom surface. Okay? Let it be. Now people, what to revise? First of all, please, which kind of microscopy do we use?
Bright field.
Which version of bright field? Immersion oil technique. So that's why revise all introduction, and if you remember, all microscopical test methods are joined together in our book. So that's why revise the beginning. Beginning also includes resolving power, and this resolving power explain why do we use immersion oil technique. First of all, resolving power, if you remember, it is the minimal distance where 2 dots are still visible separately in the field of view, right? So, resolving power is I will now missing numerical aperture of objective lens and so on, approximately, very approximately, is equal to lambda divided into 2. Lambda is wavelength of the light. It's subject of discussion, whose eye looks better in UV light. So officially I saw that even visible light finished somewhere 400 nanometers. My opinion, it should be 450, it will be blue really. No, it depends. So if even to consider 400 nanometers divided into 2, we will have 0.2 micrometers, it is theoretical resolving power. In reality, with the help of various tricks, possible to reduce 0.15. No, 0.5, almost unachievable. So that's why people, we as standard microbes like cocci are 0.3, 0.5, 1, we are operating at the limit of resolving power of light microscope. Okay, if so, people, we must extract all the information that is possible from bright field microscopy. That's why we use, I will not draw now the movement of rays in the optical system of bright field microscope. So simply, use of immersion oil makes uniform optical medium when information goes from slide to our eyepieces and eyes, because refractory index of immersion oil is the same like in glass, and the optical system becomes homogeneous all the way. Is it clear? Okay, so that's why I revise this one. No, maybe, okay, no time to, it will be for exam, to revise more advanced methods of microscopy. Okay, not for the, as we usually use only optical microscopy, only this one. Next, what to revise? Revise basic morphological groups of bacteria. Which cocci are known with rod-shaped, which spiral-shaped? Spiral-shaped. It's several pages, maybe 3 pages to my mind. So this one, also in general. So, and people here concerning staining. So I will ask you, what is the difference between simple stain where one dye and complex stain where we use 2 or more dyes? 2 or more dyes. So people, which properties of microbe do we determine by simple stain? Morphological. So that's why in question, in point 2 and 3, we determine only morphological features of bacteria. So people, gram stain together with morphology, complex stain, tinctorial. It determines tinctorial properties. So that's why. Concerning gram stain, what needs to revise? So structure of gram positive and gram negative bacterial cell wall. Not in details, in brief. Gram positive and bacterial cell wall. Once upon a time, I stressed the person when asked what does it mean protoplast, what does it mean spheroplast. It's also there. Protoplast completely without cell wall, usually for gram-positive bacteria, and spheroplast partly lacking of cell wall, mostly of gram-negative bacteria. And protoplast might be reversible, might be not, but spheroplast usually reversible. So, something like this one. And people, my favorite question, maybe you know it. So, which antibiotic blocks cell wall synthesis? Anyway, necessary to remember because there will be a lot of questions associated with antibiotics. But here I may ask. Beta-lactamsen. We are now advanced educated persons, not simply penicillin as you like to answer, but beta-lactams, penicillin, cephalosporins, carbapenems, something like this. Okay. So, of course. People revise, it's in the book present also there, steps of gram stain. I will not ask you greatly about very high minute technical details. First dye, violet, crystal violet or gentian violet, then Lugol's iodine, then ethanol, then wash, then fuchsin, then final wash. So, and I will ask which color will be gram-positive bacteria. I hope you remember blue. And which color will be gram-negative will be pink. And I will ask why. Because peptidoglycan in gram-positive binds toughly, many layers, binds first dye, and the second dye cannot attach perfectly. Okay? Understood? Let it be so. Here it is, the first block. Second block associated with inoculations from 4 to 7.
Excuse me, doctor. When doing the slides, do we need to do the staining?
Sorry, forgot. My fault. So people, no, anyway, I need this one, this. Right. Honestly speaking, I have no great time to pay great attention to your stain. So, simply, I hope dyes are over there. Slides will be upon the rack. Usually, as I said, 2 persons will do slides parallel. So, gram stain, I usually ask like this one. You explaining me. By the way, regions for gram stain are over there. You explain me what are the steps of gram stain, and I allow you to do without my observation, because multi-step procedure, very difficult to control all small details. So you are doing, show me the final result. Who makes slide from simple medium? Drops fuchsin. So fuchsin, enough intensive short time working dye, 1 minute, 1-2 minutes will be okay. So I may allow you to use mobile phone if necessary and so on. Methylene blue, I hope you will also find methylene blue. So also given 5-7 minutes, possible to count this time, but usually 5-7 minutes we are doing something else, and I simply ask you to wash away the slide. So and maybe that's all. Maybe that's all. Okay. Okay, let it be so. After finishing, as I said, we will not subject it to microscopy. We will discuss something and drop them into disinfection solution. Okay, let it be. So, second part, inoculations. Inoculations. So people, and I will begin from